Will
So
now
once
be
it is
recorded.
completed, we will start with Tableau. Okay, last class we were doing with Power Query. So we'll continue the same thing. Okay. So I wanted you people to download and keep the Power Query data. Okay, guys, first we will complete with Power Query and then we can start up with Tableau. So, as I told, so here I have created a folder. So I have created a folder called Power Query in which I have my sales details and my student details. Okay. So for my sales details, I have saved this 3 years Excel file, sales details, which is in the Excel file. I have saved it here. And under my student detail, I have saved this text files. Okay. So you people also have to create in the same way, create two folders and save that respective files under that folder only. Excel files has to be saved under my sales details and text files has to be stored under my student details. Okay, so once after this I'm going to open a new Excel file. Go to data tab and here I have to bring in the data. So last class I have explained you about the this one data, how to bring in the data, what is Power Query and all. Now I have to bring in the data which is in the folder my sales detail. I'll go to get data from file, from folder. I'll go to desktop, Power Query. I am going to select only the folder and click on open. And then I have explained, so transform data, when I have to just transform the data. If there is no requirement of merging the data, and if I wanted to load the data, and here combine, transform and combine and load. So I wanted this 3 year sales data to be combined and then do the necessary transformation. So I'll select combine and transform. And here you can see one file. So individually all the 3 year sales data is there and one file is there by name first file. Okay, so this is my combined file. I'm going to select this, select sales report and click on OK. Guys, still here? If it is clear, type in one. Okay, so now once the data is combined, so last class previously I had explained you about the data. So now here you can see the data is available. Now I have to do the necessary transformation. So how am I going to do the transformation? So the first thing, that is the source name, which I don't need. Okay, once after combining the file, I don't need the source name. So what I will do is I'll just take my cursor here, right click, and then I'll click on remove. So my first column, it is removed. And here you can see Power Query is going to identify what type of data that particular column contains with. Okay, so now coming to customer ID. So I'm going to, so here you can see the numbers are jumbled. I wanted to sort it. I'll click on the drop down. I'll tell sort ascending. So you can see there are so many null values. I wanted to remove all the null values. I'll click here, uncheck the null, and click on OK. So null values are removed, and then I have sorted out with the customer ID. So I'll give you 2 minutes of time. I wanted you people to remove the first column and sort this customer ID. If there is any doubts, please ask. You can put it in the chat box if there is any doubts. Type in 2 if this is clear. Okay, now let's rename this one. So here you can see I have the first name and the last name. Okay, I wanted this names to be combined and I wanted to give it as customer name. Okay, so I wanted to merge these two columns. So how would I merge these two columns? First, I select the first name, hold the control key and select the last name. So once after this, I'm going to right click and here I have merge columns. I'll click on merge column, and here Power Query is asking me what is the separator is. So between the first name and the last name there is a space. So I'll click on space and I'll click on OK. So now you can see the both the columns are merged, and I'll rename it to customer name. Then I wanted to split these columns, so which is country and region. I wanted to make country has one column and region has another column. So in order to split, I'll right click on the name on the column header. I'll tell split columns by delimiter. So now here what is the delimiter? Here if you look at the values, the data is separated as space hyphen space. Okay, so that is the delimiter, the separator that is used. So based on this separator, I wanted to split the columns. So let me click on this split column by delimiter, and here what is the delimiter that I have to use. So let me specify. So here you can see the list of different types of separators available. I'll go to custom and I'll mention the separator space hyphen space and click on OK. So now you can see the country and region both are separated into two different columns. Now let me rename it. So the first column would be the region, and the second column would be the first column is country and second column would be region. So try with this customer name and splitting the column country and region. If there is any doubts, you can put the message in the chat box, or you can ask. Guys, if there is any doubts, you can ask. Guys, if you are not getting anything, please ask. Guys, type in 3 if this is clear. If there is any doubts, please let me know. I will explain you once again. Okay, we'll go to the next one. So the state. So if you look at the state here, the first the so Power Query is identifying the data properly, but here if you see the names are appearing to be in lowercase. Okay, so it should be in proper case. That means the first letter should be in capitals. So what I'll do, I'll take the cursor to the column header, right click, and I will tell transform, capitalize each word. Okay, I'll show you once again. Select the column, right click from the column header, transform, capitalize each word. So the first word is capitalized. And here when I'm coming to the postal code, here you can see the data is identified as text, but it is a postal code which should be in number. So why Power Query is identifying this as a text means, so here you can see spaces in between. So space is considered to be as text. That's why Power Query is identifying this data as text. Okay, so first I need to remove this space. So for that I'll take the cursor to the column header, that is on the postal code, right click, replace values, value to find, I'll just give space and click on OK. So now the spaces are removed. Okay, I did not mention replace it with what, I did not mention, I just told. So here I'll show you once again. So now I took the cursor to the column header, right click, replace values. So value to find, I am mentioning only the space, and replace it with, so I am not mentioning anything in replace with. Okay, I'll just mention the space in value to find and click on OK. So the spaces are removed. Now I'll go to transform tab and here detect data type. So now you can see the postal code is identified as numbers. So you people can try. If there is any doubts in this, please ask. Guys, if there is any doubts, please ask.
Look at the space.
Guys, if there is any doubts, please ask. Guys, type in 4 if this is clear. If still anybody is having any doubts, please let me know. Okay, coming to the mail address. So mail address, everything is fine. And coming to the product name, so that is also fine. Order ID, so that is also fine. Order date, ship date. So here, if you observe in the order date and ship date, I have received the order on 22nd and I have done the shipping on 24th. So I wanted to know how many days I have taken in order to ship. Okay, send the shipment. So first I'm going to, so I need to add a column which where I'm going to say days to ship. Okay, so for this what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the ship date, hold the control key and select order date. Okay, so I have selected both these columns. Now I wanted to add column. I'll go and click on this add column, and here I wanted to subtract the days. So I'll go to date, subtract days. So here Power Query is going to add a new column by mentioning the subtraction. So I wanted to place this subtraction right next to the ship date. I will drag and drop it next to the ship date, and I'll rename it to days to ship. Then here, if you see, I have the unit sold and sale price, but I don't have the total sales. Now I wanted to add one more column where I'm going to tell the total sales. Okay, I'll select unit sold, hold the control key and select sale price. So I have selected both. Now I wanted to add a column by multiplying these two columns. So I'll just click on standard. So I'll go to add standard and I'll click on multiply. So now you can see, so both the columns are multiplied and the values is put in a new column. I'll drag and drop it next to sale price and rename it to total sales. So now as per my requirement, I have done all the changes in the table. Okay. So now I have removed some null values, I have removed some of the columns, I have added new columns. So wherever the data transformation was required, everything I have done. Okay, so in Tableau also, so there it is a data visualization platform. Okay, so there any type of transformation or cleaning the data, it won't be possible. So whatever the data transformation or cleaning the data, anything I have to do, I have to do it using the Power Query only. Okay, so without the concise knowledge of Power Query, it will be very difficult to work on Tableau. So I wanted you people to try this out. Okay, so now this one it is done. So I have done everything with my data cleaning, data transformation. Now I'll come to home and here I'll click on close and load, and let me click on close and load. So once I select this close and load, now you can see my data is brought back to the Excel worksheet where I Excel workbook where I started my Power Query. Okay, so now you can see it is showing totally there are 2100 rows. Okay, so I will give you 5 minutes of time. I wanted you people to try with this. So once you complete with this, we will do with the text file, and then today if we complete Power Query, tomorrow onwards we can start with Tableau. If there is any doubts, please you can get it clarified, or you can drop a message in the group, in the chat. So from Power Query, once everything is done, I went to the Home tab. Okay, under Home tab, I have the option Close and Load. So I need to select Close and Load. Okay, once I select that, automatically Power Query is going to exit and bring in the data to the Excel workbook. Clear, Shreya? Guys, if there is any doubts, please ask. Guys, if there is any doubts, please ask. Okay, guys, done. Type in pi if this is clear. Guys, type in pi if this till here if it is clear. Okay, so now, so this one is how I'm going to work on a folder when I have to bring in the data from an Excel platform. Okay, so now if I am using a text file, so let me close this. Okay, now I'm opening the folder, my student details. So here you can see I have 3 years student details. When I open the file, so you can see my data is in the notepad. Okay, and it is not properly organized, nothing. Now I wanted to bring in this data to Excel. So how am I going to work on it? Here also I have to work on this three files, which I wanted to combine and then make the necessary transformation. So now let me open a new Excel workbook. Go to data tab, get data from file, from folder. So now let me bring in the data, my student details. So I wanted to bring this entire folder. Okay, so I'll just select my student details and I'll click on open. So now here you can see Power Query Excel will tell me the path from where I'm bringing in this data, and here you can see the three files that is inside this folder, and the extension tells what type of file it is. Okay, so this three files also I wanted to combine and then do the necessary transformation. I'll click on this combine. I'll go to combine and transform data. So now here you can see the three yes, student details is there, and there is one first file. So first file is the combined data which I am have to work on. And here if you see the delimiter, so the delimiter means in the text file the space what it is given, that is a tab key. In your keyboard you can see above this caps lock you have this tab key. Okay, so tab key means what? Four space makes one tab. Okay, so they have used that tab key in order to give the spaces. Okay, so and here it is telling me, our query is telling this is your combined data where I have to work on. I'll click on OK. So now from Excel I'm going to Power Query Editor. Okay, now I have bought my data. So I will give you some time. You people also can bring in the data. Okay, in the meantime, you people can answer your attendance. I'll just call the name. Okay, so you people can drop the message in the group, in the chat box, or you can tell that you are present. So Kritika Biswas. If you don't answer, then I will think that you are absent. Hitesh, Hitesh,
Present, ma'am. Ma'am, present, ma'am.
Nikita, Nikita Sivakumar,
Present, ma'am.
Vaishnavi,
Present, ma'am.
Nisha, Nisha, Saida, Saida Riza, Saida Riza. So if you are unable to speak, you can put the message in the chat box. Yes, ma'am. so that I'll get to know that you are present. Tanya, Tejashwini M,
Present, ma'am.
Sakina, Sakina Mariam, Saida Riza is present, and Sakina is present, Kavana HV is present, and then Sakina. Sakina is present. Yeah, you have mentioned right. So then Kavana Aditi, Aditi, Aditi Gupta, Aditi Gupta, Gopika, Tasmia is present. Okay. Gopika, Ilakya is present. Lakshita, Lakshita is present. Okay. Ilakya, Gopika is absent. Harshita B, Geraldine is present. Harshita B, Annie Monica is present. Nayana is present. Harshita B is also present. Lakshita is present. Okay. Ilakya is present. Nayana is present. Rachna, Rachna R.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Sneha HB. Tasmia is present. Nandana, Nandana. Akshay is present. Nandana is present. Sneha HB. Nandana is present. Pallavi is present. Hemika,
Present,
Shazia,
ma'am.
Hemika is present. Vaishnavi, Aditi, Nimra is present. Geraldine. Gaganashri, Gaganashri is not there. Akshaya, Akshaya is not there. Alok Singh, Krishna Agarwal, Varanga Ayman is present. Okay. Okay, guys. Asaf Sharif. Ravi is present. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's come back to the this one Power Query. Okay, so now here I have, you can see that I have combined the data. Now I have to do the necessary transformation for this data. So now first thing is the source name. So once I have combined the data, I don't need the source name. So first thing I need to remove this. Right click and click on remove. So the first column is removed. Now I can see. So as the data was randomly mentioned, there was no specific column headers or anything. So that is why here Power Query you can see column headers, it is identifying as column 1, column 2, column 3 like this. So I need to specify the column headers. So this will be the student ID, and here I wanted to sort this. So you can see the numbers are jumbled. I will click on sort ascending. So now here there is no null values and it is sorted. Now in this I wanted to add a prefix. Prefix means, so as you people know that in the colleges, this one institutions and all, they will be having their short name as the prefix for the student ID. Like that only I wanted to add a prefix over here. So what I am going to do, I'll go to transform data. Under transform data, I have format, and here you have the option add prefix, add suffix. I'll show you once again. So I wanted to add a prefix. I'll go to transform, format, add prefix, and let me say my prefix would be MCC. Okay, MCC space hyphen space. I wanted to add this data as the prefix. I'll click on OK, and now you can see my entire column is added with MCC. Okay, so like this I can add a prefix, and then I wanted to take this column 2. Okay, column 2, it contains the first name, last name, and age. I wanted to split this 3 into 3 different columns. So first thing, I wanted to split this first name and last name. So let me right click on the column header, split columns by delimiter, and here space is the delimiter. I'll click on OK. So using the space, you can see it has separated, and here I wanted the first name, so the value should be in proper case. I'll take the cursor to the column header, transform, capitalize each word, and rename this to first name. So try doing the student ID and first name. Any doubts, please ask. The student ID and the first name. So you have to split the columns, and in that you have to give the second column name as first name, and you have to change the case style. So it will be in the lower case, which I have changed it to proper case. Guys, type in 6 if this is clear. Okay, so now let's continue. So here the third column. So now this column has to be split into two, that is last name and the age. So I'll take the cursor to the column header, split columns. So now here if you see, it is from non-digit to digit. Okay, so split columns by non-digit to digit. So now let me identify this one. So I have to change this to proper case. Right click, transform, capitalize each word, and I'll rename it to last name. So this one here, the fourth column, Power Query is identifying this as a text-based data. So it is actually numbers. So what I have to do, I have to go to transform, detect data type. So now it has identifying it as a number. Now I'll rename it to age. So once after this, so the fifth column is contact details. So the data is proper. I'll just rename it to contact details. Okay, so now third, fourth, fifth. Please do with this. Last name, age, and this contact details. Rename these three things. Make the necessary transformation. In this, any doubts you have, please tell. Okay, guys, type in 7 if this is clear.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
Ma'am, can you repeat the splitting thing, ma'am?
Split columns, sir. Okay, so now here
Yes.
the last name and the age. So if you see here, so the split. So here name and age was together. So I have to take the cursor to the column header, right click, split columns by non-digit to digit. I have to click on this
Okay, ma'am.
so that the last name and the number will get split into two different columns. Clear? Got it, ma?
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you.
So yeah. So now this mail address. So I'll rename this column header to mail ID, and then this is course details. So let me rename it to course details. And this column is my date of joining or joining date. Anything you can give, date of joining. And this is my course fees. Last column would be my course fees. And here if you see this course fees, here Power Query is identifying this column has a text. Why it is identifying as a text means, so here you can see the values are represented as rs dot space. Okay, so if I wanted to use this particular column for further calculation anything, I cannot take it in text based data. So I have to remove this rs dot space. So what I'll do, I'll take my cursor to the column header, right click, replace values. So here I have to replace this rs dot space. So value to find rs dot space and replace it with nothing. I'll click on OK. So now rs is removed. Now I'll just go to transform, detect data type. So now you can see my data is detected. So try till here. Sachi, I have marked present only, ma. Sachi, I have marked present. Guys, type in 8 if till here if it is clear. If there is any doubts, you can ask. If it is clear, type in 8 in the chat box. Okay, so now I have got in my data, I have merged it, I have done the necessary transformation, everything is done. Now what I will do, I wanted to take it back to Excel. So I'll go to home and here I'll click on close and load. Now this time I'll mention it has close and load too. So when I'm using this close and load, so Power Query was not asking me where should I load the data, how you wanted the data to be bought, nothing. It will bring in the data and dump it in Excel. Okay. So now when I select this close and load to, so it is going to ask me. So you here you can see it will mention this. So how you wanted to bring in the data, you wanted to bring the data as a table, pivot chart, uh, create connections in the existing worksheet or in the new worksheet, or you wanted to put it as a data model, how you wanted to bring in the data. Let it be in the table format. I wanted it in the existing worksheet only, and I will click on just OK. Select table, existing worksheet, and then click on OK. Now your data will be brought back to Excel. So now you can see when it was in the text format, so nothing it was organized, so the data was so untidy. Now we have got our data neatly organized in Excel. Okay, so this is how Power Query is going to be helpful for us in order to import the data. So do the necessary transformation in the data and then bring it to send it to the different platform. Now we have worked using only the Excel. Okay, so I hope till here it is clear. So type in 9 if it is clear. Okay, very good. So try with this thing. If there is any doubt, tomorrow you can just get it clarified and then we will start with Tableau. Okay. So here I'm going to wind up the session for today.